Nick of time, good morning, Hit Nation. Whereas my brother is taking care of my son right now, I'm just going to record this Penny Quickies, the Heat versus the Raptors, Game 17 preview and pennies. Last game of the NBA Cup group stage. And are there any easy games for Miami? My name is Roy, the host of my Happenings, the only host, as far as I'm concerned, in the history of the internet who has no idea what he's talking about and fully and wholeheartedly admits it. I'm not afraid to shy away from the fact my opinions are based on my opinions. And so I ask you, if there's anybody out there that wants to contribute, that wants to talk to me, that wants to explain basketball to me, please do so. That's your opportunity. You have a vessel here. Use us. You can. It is possible. One day we may even get to 50 subscribers, but really like and subscribe. We are doing more shorts. Raph is doing more compilations. So check TikTok, My Happenings 8, My Happenings 1 on Instagram. I think it's My Happenings without one lately. That's been written on my edited videos from Raph. But that profile is not working, so it's My Happenings 1. On Facebook, it's My Happenings. That's just the one that we have the most friends and people basically kind of liking the page. So that's a good thing. But for what? Well, maybe for you. We're just waiting for that. But anyway, let's take a look at the Heat versus the Raptors. What's going on? So in terms of injuries, questionable for the Miami Heat are Kevin Love only. It's Kevin Love only, right? Probable. I don't see Drew Smith being out. Could be that he's available. I honestly have not read the entire report. But from what I see, we only have Kevin Love is questionable and probable both. The three actually. Jimmy Butler, back tightness. Duncan Robinson, left glute tightness, which to me beats not feeling well. Haywood Highsmith has left the game because he's not feeling well. And afterwards coming out with a jaw contusion. Terry Rozier, the foot. I don't know if Terry Rozier has anything to do with... I'm not going to do conspiracy theories here, okay? Rozier is what Rozier is, I think, in terms of adapting to the team. And so I don't see us... unless it's a really big issue, I don't see that as a problem for Rozier. Like, I can't blame his foot, okay? Anyway, it's just... Bruce Brown and Grady Dick, as of November 28th, being considered out, so they're not going to play against the Miami Heat. Yeah, of course, Emmanuel quickly only in mid-December, and that's pretty much it. So for now, I'm not sure about Kel'el. He was out on the 22nd, but I don't know if he played last game. Anyway, that's pretty much for it for that. So we know already who's going to play, is not going to play. The Raptors are 2-2 in the past 4 games, very similar to the Miami Heat. Miami Heat actually won 3 games and then lost 2 games. So we're pretty much also, I think, 2-2 if you count last 4. And the Raptors only won 3 of their previous 16 matches. So the Raptors right now are, I think, 4-11, if I'm not mistaken. Or 4-14. I don't remember now. Lord of mine. See? You gotta have the Heat. Raptors. Heat game. Let's take a look what I see here. Because I forgot the record. 5-14. They won 5 games. That's true. They won the last 2 games and only 3 of the previous 16 matches. That's true. As we are 50%, we are 0.500. We are 8-8. We have that going for us, I guess. The Heat are 20th in points per game, 20th. Raptors are 17th. So the Raptors score more points but allow more points than the Heat by a bucket, by a lot. In terms of the placement, they are 17th. Heat are 16th in rebounds per game, but the Raptors are pretty good in rebounds. They actually are 5th. It's kind of the same thing with the 3-point percentage of the Miami Heat. It's kind of a fake situation because they're not the best in terms of second chances. But with those rebounds, they actually can get those. Heat are 18th in assists per games. That's not a good look for us to be 18th in assists per games, whereas the Raptors are 7th. The Heat are better in opponents allowed course, points per game. 109.3. The Raptors are at 116.6. So we can use that to our advantage. That's my prediction, right? It's one of those games that we have enough to beat the Raptors and enough to figure out how to get beaten by them. So we have enough to figure out in our team that the Raptors can take advantage of those trying to figure out situations, because I still think that we don't know. I apologize. I'm going to say situation as many times as I want to say today. But the truth is, we don't know what's going to happen with Terry Rozier, because I really don't see him fitting. I see him being the only person nowadays that really slugs us down, makes us sluggish in terms of the pace, because we're one of the worst teams in leagues in terms of pace, and the Raptors are slightly better than us, which is, again, it just says something. So yeah, we have enough to beat them, but we have enough problems or enough issues to figure out in terms of the backcourt, most specifically. Not so much the front court. I'm not going to get into the center part. Even if Love doesn't play, we are missing a player there, and I do think that in this case, we are still getting some minutes. I don't think that the rotations are going to change much from now on, meaning I still foresee Burks. I still foresee Larson. I do not. The last 2 games, I was a little bit out, so I don't recall seeing Jovic play, but he may have gotten a few minutes, or maybe losing those minutes because of whatever issue that he has. But the truth is that, in terms of pace, we are similarly sluggish, right? 98.97 for the Heat, Raptors 96.93. Sorry, 98.97 for the Raptors, 96.83 for the Heat. So we can take advantage of their sluggishness and the fact that they allow so many points per game to actually get our stuff together and get the score that we need to get. But that can also be one of those games, just like we had against the Hornets, in which we could have done so much better, and they managed to erase a lot of that deficit and come back. And the same thing against the Bucks, we did the opposite, right? They were so much better than us in the first half, and we were so much better than them in the second half. To the game that could have been a 20-point difference game became a close game, became a 1-point possession to the last 5 seconds of the game. So I don't know. It's difficult because, again, if the Hornets manage to claw their way back, can the Raptors do the same? Can the Raptors take advantage of the fact that they do out-rebound us on average and out-rebound this game and create more second chance opportunities? I'm not particularly scared of any of their players at the moment, right? I don't think that I think that their record reflects what their team actually is, as opposed to what the Bucks were before, or what Philadelphia is right now. I don't know. Philadelphia's problem may be a little bit deeper than I particularly anticipated, so I'm not sure about that. In terms of the money line, the penny line, the money line is slightly favors the Heat at minus 270 to plus 220 for the Raptors, with a spread of 6.5 plus and minus. The Heat are 5-2 as favorites in the money line this season. They lost against the Bucks, which they were favorites in the money line. They lost against the Bucks without Giannis, but with a Damian Lillard saying, "Hey, you missed out on the trade that the guy there didn't want to make with your guy there." I don't know. In terms of a forecast, what do I foresee? What is my penny forecast? We need to win, period. But we have enough to lose as well. And in general, I'm optimistic. I think that this is one of those games that you kind of come out optimistic, and you hope not to end the night very disappointed with your optimism. In any case, stay safe, stay dry, stay as happy as possible in this complicated world of ours, and let's go Heat!